And we're live.
Want to go a third?
I mean, I was trying to figure out where the timer was. We weren't live right away. I had to click that twice. But yeah, we're live now. We're ready to roll.
We're live, man. Hey, I don't know about you, man, but tonight's going to be... I'm pretty excited, man. First time outdoors. I'm sitting on my back deck, man. I got the lights on. I got some ambiance. I got 2 briskets on the smoker, bro. It's been a day with those. You know the struggles, man. I bought some wet wood, man. Oh, God, it's been a day.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Gotta love
and now I'm stranded without my chill time grillers, so I'm going to have to go get some beers here in a minute. What? Yeah. For one, hey, we're like doing like a roll flipping today because like normally you're the one that's scrambling. Today I'm just like sweating, bro. Like I just know the only thing that looks good about me is this Iron Oak barbecue pit shirt.
Hey man, that t-shirt's looking fresh today, bro.
It always does. I do like this shirt. Iron Oak does have some killer, not only the killer pits, man. He's got some killer merch too. But I know we got some sponsors here tonight. Real quick, let's go over. Man, I'm using this new tablet thing here, so let's see how all this goes. All right, so first, Pegasus Jerky Company, the official jerky of the Dude Network. That Assam Maple is money. The Texas Pepper, money. The Peach Collab, money. I don't need to keep going. I think we know where we're at on that one. And we all know our not a secret love affair with FrictionFamilyFarms.com. Small town feels, big town deals located up in Dakota, Minnesota. They got picanha. They got turkey Swiss, snack sticks, blueberry Swiss, summer sausage, hog wings. I don't know, man. It's awesome. They got everything that you possibly could think of. And if they don't have it, Meat Again will have it. Like their sirloin steak tips right out of Boston area. I had one of their sirloin tip sandwiches last week. Unbelievable. It's like the flat meat of the sirloin I found out from Kevin. So that was a pretty cool little thing. Most people just throw it in a burger, but over there in New England area, they take their sirloin tips off the flap and they sliced up into sirloin tip sandwiches. And it was phenomenal and had its own flavor. You can find it, again, on meatagainInc.com. And tonight's shots are always brought to you by Cleveland Whiskey, located out of Cleveland, Ohio. Obviously, not the most ideal place where you think you could find good bourbon, but they do it. The Wheat Penny and the Underground Series is really good. Thanks to all the sponsors that make this show possible week in and week out. Very thankful to all of them. And I'm thankful to you, Doobie. I'm thankful to this guy here, Johnsy. Just...
Oh, man.
Oh, we blew it. Oh, wait. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Doobie, I did it.
Oh, man. This guy, he prematured it over here.
Oh, he's got the sharp line. Oh, man.
Swing line, homie. Swing line.
My bad. Yeah, I put you on the big screen for that.
Oh, man.
Johnsy, how we doing, Johnsy?
Good. Excellent. It's Friday. I'm off work.
Johnsy.
Barbecue.
We know that Johnsy is super stoked for tonight's episode.
Yeah.
Tonight's guest is somebody that Johnsy's been a big fan of for a long time. So
and now I am too.
I have it on.
I'm thankful for Johnsy.
He's known as the Bob Ross of cooking, as they say.
Bob Ross of barbecue.
Yeah, if that's not like a signature name that makes you want to just learn everything about the guy, I don't know what that is.
Name someone that doesn't want to be hanging out with someone that's referred to as like one of the coolest dudes in all of human history, like all the thousands of years of our existence. Like I want to cook with that dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. Johnsy, thank you for bringing him like into our lives because I know I've been checking him out. Man, that smackaroni video he just did was killer, dude. Like I love it. I love this. Like actually, me and him, I think I have a lot of cooking similarities because he's like, I don't want to do barbecue today. I want to do some killer. I want to do something killer on the stovetop. Like I like it. But
he's all over the map. He does it all.
I love it. He'll fit right in on the Dude Network. So Johnsy, fill us in here on a little bit of what you know of Rye here because we're real excited to have him. But tell everybody if you don't know him. You're like me and you're living under a rock. But if you haven't heard of this guy, explain what Cooking with Rye, how you've come across him. Like, we're going to get the real answers from him here in just a minute. But give us a little background on this guy here for all our viewers.
Yeah, so I I got introduced to him from a friend. Because I told him I've cooked forever, longer than like I've had my page and stuff. And an old buddy at work, was like, "Oh, you should check this guy out." And his videos are like they're super calming. Like he's always got some cool little background guitars, just some like nice chill music. And it really reminds you of like a Bob Ross episode, but of cooking. And it's like sides, desserts, breakfast, meat, and he's got all kinds of smokers. It's a cool channel, and it's totally different than like most of the barbecue stuff that at least that I in my arena. So
yeah, dude. I mean,
Chad?
plus he's got like 200,000 like subs on 2,200, close to 200,000. I don't want to jinx him, but good evening, everybody. Good evening. But no, real excited to hear about his journey with probably like all of us. Started out as something that we did just to be funny, you know, and just have a good time, and then it turned into like, oh, I got to take this a little more seriously than what I was anticipating originally. So
that exactly. I want to know.
So yeah, I'm now SoCal, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Orange County.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that's a first for the show too. I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
So
we got some of the SoCal barbecue love coming on.
Oh yeah. We can't get enough of the SoCal after last week.
I mean, we had Willie.
We did have Willie. We did have Big Willie. I will say, after last week's atrocious display of mockery from Nombre to the state of California, we needed to give California some love tonight, because what he did last week was just unacceptable. I know he's not here to apologize, but he wanted me to tell you how sorry he truly was. Everyone, I wonder how many houses went for sale on the San Andreas fault line this week, man, after that comment last week. I mean, that was...
oh man!
No, last week was a good one. Knights of the Dude Table. We're going to do more of that here. We're excited. So, I got 2 briskets on the smoker. I got 1 piece of wood I got to throw on there yet. So we'll be getting off of. Am I looking at the camera on this thing? Where is my camera? Am I right here? Am I looking right here? Am I looking at you?
Right there. Right there.
It's like weird, man. I'm like looking
the camera's like, over here on the
I got
iPad.
crazy eyes. Like,
you know. The camera's over here on the iPad.
I feel bad for our guests that have had to do the widescreen, man. Like so much right now. This is. I feel really bad for all of them. So yeah, I got 2 briskets going. Doobie, you're doing something different tomorrow at the smoking at the brewery tomorrow. So what are you doing tomorrow? Tell us.
Man, so tomorrow I usually just do spare ribs and rib tips, but tomorrow I'm gonna do baby backs and spare ribs and rib tips. So little change up there, but I'm also gonna do some pulled chicken sandwiches, barbecue chicken. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Hell yeah.
Something different. Something different.
I like it a lot. Well, I'm gonna let Johnsy and Doobie, you guys are gonna have to excuse me for 5 minutes here. I got to get this last piece of wood on the fire. I'm so close to having these things done, so I can let them rest. This last piece should do it. Then I got to grab. It's weekend kickoff party, and the only thing I got around me is empty cans, and I can't work with that. So I'll be right back in 2 minutes here, and I'll let you guys introduce Rye here, and I'll hop on here in a few minutes. Sound good?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Right, don't be nervous. They're not that bad. Yeah, except for Johnsy. He's crazy. He's nuts.
No, man. All right. So Tony's taking a quick beer break and getting the smoker ready. Let's go ahead and bring in Rye.
Hey there.
Hey.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Pretty good. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Better than the other days.
Yeah, it's the best day of the week, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, so I heard you say something about someone like saying stuff about California in some previous episode or something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what one of the great things about where I live, specifically where I live. And I get these questions from all over the country, people saying, how'd you get that? How'd you get that? I have a wood supplier like 10 miles from me, the woodshed in Orange County, in Orange, California. I can get anything, any wood I want. I mean, I've had people, when I go in there, they'll say, "Hey, did you talk about olive wood on your channel?" I said, "Yeah." And they said, "We had like 5 people order bags of olive wood from the East Coast and have it shipped to them." I mean, I don't even know how much that costs for like a 50-pound bag of olive wood that costs $25. It probably costs twice that to ship it. So that's one very fortunate thing about where I live. I can get any wood I want, any wood.
What's your favorite wood to use?
It's changed a little over the years. I think hickory is probably still number one overall. Olive wood is amazing with beef. It's one of those woods that once you use it and taste it with beef and lamb, but especially beef, really great flavor. But I'm kind of sticking a lot with hickory, post oak, and I'll play with a few other things. But I think those are probably my 2 favorite right now. I have a lot of each. So yeah.
You ever mess with pecan?
Oh yeah, I have pecan. If I look at my office door right now, I have a whole thing of pecan right out there. I buy more wood than I use. I'm one of those people. I go in somewhere and it's like, especially at the woodshed, the place, they have other things, and I'll buy like 5 rubs, 5 sauces from smaller makers and things. I try and support smaller makers, and then I'll go like, yeah, can I get a bag of pecan? Can I get a bag of this and a bag of that? And especially when you have a lot of cookers, you think you need more wood, and you just end up stockpiling it.
And it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's going to go to waste.
No, it's eventually going to get used. Yeah.
So, have you ever tried pistachio wood?
No, but I've heard people talk about it, but I've never tried it.
Yeah, it's one of those. Like, we have a pistachio orchard in New Mexico, and it's I've thought about trying to get my hands on it, but I haven't heard anything about anybody using it enough to be like, is it worth going out of my way to go get that?
Yeah, I've heard people talk about pistachio and plum wood, and I was lucky that I had a couple like ornamental plum trees that we had cut down, and I used that. It was pretty nice. But this is just me personally. There are really only 3 woods that I can tell the difference when it's cooking, when I smell it. A lot of the other ones kind of like, oh, that's smoke. It's a nice smoky flavor. It was like hickory, post oak, and olive wood. Those 3, like if I smell, I can tell you what the wood is.
Wow.
But the others like pecan, cherry, apple, just run down the line, alder, they smell good, but they smell like just good smoke to me. Now, once the food is done, a lot of times, depending on how much smoke you've given it, you can taste the difference. Like especially I find cherry is that way. Like I can really taste cherry smoke when you use it on things like chicken or even on ribs. But when it's actually just burning, I can't really tell what the smell is.
See, I feel like I can distinguish the smell of pecan from like hickory or oak. I kind of feel like hickory, to me, like growing up, that's all my dad used was exclusively just hickory. He was like, if it's not hickory, it's not for me, Like it was in his tagline, hickory smoke, real pit barbecue, And he would drive trailers out to Texas just for wood and come back. And he'd buy a trailer for cheap out in Texas, because there's a bunch of them, and then load it up, come back, sell the trailer, and that's how he was able to get it. But here in New Mexico, like if you want anything other than pecan, you got to be willing to pay like $3.50 a half cord,
Right.
And it's just, it's like a luxury to get something else.
Yeah, I know that they truck in a lot of wood for this wood supplier here from Texas and Oklahoma. I don't know what they get in Oklahoma, but they get a lot of wood out of that area. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ryan, what's up, dude? I hope they gave you a killer intro, man, because it's all about the intro.
I was even liking myself. And what's funny is, you were talking about that whole Bob Ross of BBQ thing. I've never said it. I've never said that.
You don't have to.
I just see people like in comments started saying that. I'm talking a couple of years ago, and then more people said it. And I was like, okay, I kind of get it. I'm pretty mellow. I usually am just trying to be helpful and like, don't worry about it. If it doesn't look right, it's going to be fine. That sort of thing. But I never like pushed that. And it's just fun. I love Bob Ross. I've watched every Bob Ross, episode.
Well, it's good to know that you're an American. I mean,
yeah. and so it's just funny that way. One day I'm going to have to get the fro wig, and the apron and the blue shirt and just like come on camera with like, some meat. And I got to brush some pretty little like barbecue sauce on here.
Yeah. Instead of happy clouds, you're doing pretty proteins.
Yeah. Pretty proteins. Yeah. I'll have to do that someday.
Halloween's around the corner. Halloween.
I'll just do it some random day and not say anything and just like,
that's the best way.
So, Ryan, first off, thank you so much for coming on here and joining our ragtag, and I say that loosely, ragtag group here on this weekend kickoff party. Are you drinking a Mountain Dew? You drinking a beer? I mean, what does Rye drink on a Friday night to kick off the weekend?
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. All right. So I got a question for you. Mm-hmm. Would you rather use sugar maple or black cherry?
Are you talking about wood?
Yeah.
I've never used either. I wouldn't know.
Well, which one would you choose?
Same again?
Sugar maple or black cherry?
Maple. I've used regular maple, so I don't know if there's a difference.
Well, thanks to you, I'm drinking.
You got your choice. There you go.
Sugar maple underground series. Good choice. That's what I was hoping. This one wasn't open yet, so I don't have to open it yet. So I'm thankful for that.
I'm glad. I could have said neither of the above. I choose reckless possum and see where that would
should have said both. Then I would have a real curveball.
Oh, man. Yeah, both. That would have been
Cheers,
good.
everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yep. Cheers.
Yeah, the kids were something today. That felt good. So Rye, that smackaroni, man. Let's talk about it.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you left a lot. You left a lot of. That's a blank canvas recipe, and I love it because I feel like there's a lot of ways you can go from your recipe. But how did you come up with it? Like, how do you come up with your ideas? Do you get like? I'll tell you what I do, and you can tell me how you're different from me. Like, I'll buy cookbooks and I read them just to see what ingredients are paired, like what flavor profiles are in some of these ingredients. And then I'm like, well, then it would work with this. And then, so I take these suggestive guidelines, as I call them, and then I do my own spin on them. So how do you come up with smackaroni?
I think that one is similar to like a lot of the, I hate to use these terms, sort of like second tier dishes. When you're doing, YouTube, I always joke that if I did a rotation of briskets, pork ribs, beef ribs, and chuck roast, I could just rotate those videos all the time and I would get views. I would just keep making them. But that gets boring. And so when I then move on to say, like I said, the second tier videos, which are the side dishes and things that might go with barbecue and stuff, I'll look at it and go, is there some way that I could change it up, make it a little more interesting? And that one was, everybody's using the chili crisp right now, and in a lot of other videos. And I tried that with just the pasta, like putting some of that, it's the chili onion crunch from Trader Joe's, but it's basically the same thing. And you could just do that, and it's fantastic. You wouldn't have to put anything else. Just put that on that elbow macaroni, and you've got a little bit of spicy macaroni salad.
See, like that chili onion crunch?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, see, it's that chili crisp is what a lot of people are using in things. It's a Chinese sort of thing, and it's really good. And this is just a Trader Joe's version of that. And I just decided I wanted to like kick up something, and then it was like, well, what can I call it? It's like you always, if you can, try and come up with something that would fit and be unique and be a little fun. That's at least the way I like to go at it. And I thought, macaroni, smackaroni. All right, yeah, it's got a little bit of a smack to it. It's got some heat. So that's how that came about. And then just looking at the things I like to put in there, and like you said, a blank canvas. If someone wants to add something else in there, it's totally easy to do. And that's really, especially in those second tier dishes, the things that have a lot of ingredients, I always try and say to people, if I say, well, you don't like this, leave it out. If you want to put something you like in there, put it in there.
Yeah, sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
Those side dishes and
That's
things like that.
Honestly, like one of the best meals my wife showed me that her family did was ditalini, kidney beans, brown burger with like like SPG, like
Yeah.
that's it, and just mix it all together, and it's
Yeah.
killer. It's
and
so
and there's
delicious.
all those recipes that everybody has, like those individual like family things that they've made or been passed down, and you change them up, and those are the fun ones. I mean, those are the ones I really like discovering. Or that's why some of my most popular videos have been like my mom's recipes. I think her deviled egg recipe is like, I know it's my second or third most popular video. And it always, Easter comes up, 4th of July goes up the views. It's always around the holidays. People come back for those things.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. It's like everybody loves that. I mean, I'm assuming like that's a coast to coast thing. Like I've never been to any, I've lived in several parts of the world, country, I mean, and I have never been to a holiday gathering where there wasn't deviled eggs.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those universal sort of things, which is different than actually some of the main dish things like tri-tip. I was surprised because tri-tip was really sort of the first thing I started, grilling and barbecuing and smoking years ago. And then to learn after I started my YouTube channel, and people back east especially saying, I can't get that.
Yeah.
Our butchers don't have that. And I kept thinking, what sort of cows do you guys have? Because it's, it's still there. But apparently someone told me that a lot of those cuts in certain areas go to restaurants. That if they're more of a premium that the restaurants will buy. And so butchers for general public don't have them and don't get them.
Right.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I didn't know that. And I would have never known that without YouTube, because I never would have interacted with people from across the country saying we don't get that.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of all this, man. Like everyone, like I have friends, we all have those friends that just don't get it. They really just don't understand why we do what we do, or why we invest the time we invest on here. But A, the friendships are awesome. B, I've become a guy that didn't know how to smoke meat until like last summer, to where I'm rolling 2 briskets and under a year. You know how long that would have taken me to learn on my own? Like it's because of guys like Doobie and like, even John Z, even though he's been like kind of late to the Dude Network here, but it's like, you know what I mean by that, John Z. But like when I before it was the Dude Network and it was at Night Train Lane or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was like Doobie and like oh God, like Doug LSU, remember him, Doobie? Like, yeah, he was Doug Pagat down in Louisiana. Like, secondly, it's like I'm cooking picanha in Ohio because I would have never known. I'm teaching butchers how to cut me picanha. Like, I never
knew what picanha was either until
and it's amazing. Yeah. And it's literally my favorite cut of steak. And like, so what you're talking about there is, you get on here and all that, man. It's so true. It really is true. Like social media is really social. Like, I mean,
when you use it right, it's great. I mean, when you don't get caught up in all the negative stuff and the divisive stuff, and you just use it for sort of this stuff, you hang out with people, and we would never run into each other in real life.
No,
but
and if I saw you, I just said, man, that guy does not look like Bob Ross. But
no, I do not. I do. There is not a fro under this.
Oh, come on, let's see it. Yeah, but
there's the fro.
Hey,
the smooth fro.
Big brain guys. That's what we are.
But that's why I love this. And I never expected it when I started doing my YouTube channel. I mean, that was just on a whim. I just was like, okay, I was watching to see how to do certain mods on. I just gotten a Oklahoma Joe smoker, of offset. And I was like, I wanted to see some other things. And it's like, all right, well, there's a couple of videos there. And I thought, I'm just going to take my iPhone and film myself doing a couple mods to it. And I put it on YouTube for the heck of it. And I did. And it was like, oh, I got 100 people watch that. I thought it was kind of cool. And then I think I did like a tri-tip video next in my electric smoker. And people watched that one. I was like, oh, okay, I'll just kind of keep throwing stuff up. But yeah, I never planned it. It was just one of those things. I was watching to learn things from other people. And I thought, okay, maybe if I do this, someone might get something from me doing that too. And that was cool. I mean, I saved thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars when I owned a Volvo by going to YouTube and being able to do some of the repairs myself versus paying, the mechanic $1,200 to change a $37 part. And that was kind of like what got me into the idea of YouTube as a shared learning thing. You know, it's
Yeah,
it's
and
it's a
you don't have to
community.
be you don't have to be the biggest guy on YouTube to
No,
get out there either. You know, and
no,
it's
no.
like
Yeah.
a
I
lot of
mean,
the times it's those little videos that you're like,
Yeah,
they kind of cover that spot that like you watch a lot of videos trying to learn this one thing, but then there's always that one missing piece
yeah,
that like nobody's really covered in depth. And then that opens up a door for somebody new to come in there,
yeah.
and that video is going to get hits, even though they're not a big channel just yet,
Right.
just because they're hitting that one thing that people are looking for they can't find.
Yeah, it's
You
provided.
know?
I mean, someone described it recently. I can't remember who it was, but like if you would go and you would spend, 30 hours taking a course, say at a class or community college or some, barbecue thing you go to, if someone can take that sort of thing and condense it down into a 5 or 10 minute video for free, you've given them incredible value for
Oh yeah,
what you've just done. You've
Yeah.
saved them money, you've saved them time, and you've given them knowledge.
oh
And
yeah.
that's the beauty of what YouTube, especially, and video serving platforms can be. And as long as people can find you and you build an audience, that's great. I mean, that's
Oh yeah.
huge.
So
For
when did you realize like this was really kind of going?
great question.
I don't know the specific time. I do remember when I knew that, or when I saw the results of like the community, which was
Yeah.
when Russ at Smoky Ribs Barbecue reached out to me and said, "Hey, I want to give you a shout out. Can you send me some video clips of stuff you've done?" And he was super generous, and I'd never met him, never talked to him. He just had been watching my channel and liked what he saw and gave me a shout out. And like kind of from there is where it just kind of got on the stairs and kept going.
Okay. Yeah.
And I just started to feel more and more like, okay, people are watching, and I'm enjoying doing it, and I feel
Yeah.
like they're getting something out of what I'm doing, and so I am forever grateful to Russ for doing that, because he kind of gave me that kick. I might have gotten there, down the road a little bit, but that kick from Russ really, was generous, and he didn't have to do that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Well,
And that's a
thank you to
great
Russ.
and that's a fantastic point. I think that everybody needs that one account that's a lot bigger than you to give you that little, to kind of get that start. And I mean, I've been blessed, well, we've all been blessed. We have this show and this platform on Friday, and we have met some awesome people that are way bigger than us, but it's cool hearing everybody's stories and everything like that.
Yeah.
And it's funny how you're saying that one little thing. Like my most popular video on YouTube of all the cooking is one of the first shows when I had an ex-Cleveland Brown player talking about his playing days of the Reggie White and shared a Reggie White story. And it's like something, anytime like it's in the algorithm or anybody searches Reggie White, it's like front page top 3.
I'll tell you what,
barbecue in the world, but if you don't hear about Reggie White, come on over to the Dude Network.
My most popular video, I don't know, I think it's like 1.7 million views now. Something like that. It's okay. So here's the thing with that video. It's a beef jerky video on how to make beef jerky in the oven, because I had made one before using my electric smoker.
Genius.
And then people, it's like, oh, I don't have smoker. It's like, well, you can also do this. I'd never done the video on it. It's like, all right, I'm going to do a video on it. And super easy to do. And it's the way I like. All of a sudden one day, like, I don't know if it was like 3 or 4 days after it came out, it's like, wow, this is getting a lot of views. But the other thing I noticed was I'm getting some really weird comments on this, like these really young comments. Like, my kids are like 20 and above now. And these were like maybe things I would hear them say when they were in like middle school. Like, what's going on? And I had to do some digging and stuff. I mean, this thing was getting hundreds of thousands of views and getting thousands of comments a day. And I was like, whoa, hold on. Gamers. It somehow got fed out to the gaming community because they eat beef jerky. And the fact that they could make it at home in their oven with a cheap cut of meat, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't plan that. I had no idea. And I was a little scared. I'll tell you the truth here. I actually emailed YouTube, the Creator Studio. And I said, I don't know what's going on here. I just want you to know I'm not buying views. I'm not doing anything underhanded. I said, I just don't understand what this is. And, they emailed back and said, it's just views. Don't worry about it. But I was seriously worried at first, because I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, but that's so you don't know. There's an audience that I didn't have.
Right.
And they came because I gave them something that they found useful.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Chad Vaughn on here found that useful. He said, I made that turkey recipe.
Yeah.
I make that at least once every other month because it's so easy. And, I love beef jerky, and, it's just, I always, in any of my jerky videos, and I think I've done 7 or 8 of them, I always say that when I was a kid, that was the thing when we went to the grocery store. If my parents bought me beef jerky, that's what I wanted. That was my treat.
Yep.
And if you don't want to make your beef jerky, dudes and dudettes, you can get jerky at Pegasus Jerky.
But
home of the Assam maple jerky.
There you go.
What's your favorite jerky recipe to make?
It's pretty straightforward, like a simple kind of teriyaki recipe. And usually I'll add like a little Jack Daniels to that just to bring it a little bit. There's like a honey Jack Daniels. And that brings like a little bit of flavor in there with it. That sort of another note on top of that teriyaki.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
You can also try some Cleveland whiskey, like sugar maple in one of those too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done. It's a running joke on this shit. My cheesy name drops on the sponsors, man. So just go with the flow, man. And it's becoming a thing. Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay, let's go. Apparently, I need to start ending every video on that because that's all the dumb stuff in the world. That's the one that stuck. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I have a couple questions, if that's all right.
Sure.
No, Johnsy, you wait your turn.
Yeah, you pipe down over there. How many cookers or grills, smokers do you have?
Let me see.
Trick question, not enough.
Well, I've given a couple away when I got some others.
Do you have any neighbors open?
No, unfortunately, no.
On SoCal, man.
I would say I think I have right now 13.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Hell yeah.
How many Webers?
How many kettles?
Webers?
Yeah.
I have 3 Weber kettles, 1 S&S kettle. Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So 4 kettles. Yeah. And I have that many because the 3 Webers have certain things that live on them. So like on the Performer, I have the Mallory Firewall and the Mallory Cast Iron Grate because those are heavy. And when I've talked about it in a video, if you're moving like the 3-legged kettle with that top heaviness, it can really tip. And I've done that once. So on the Performer, 4 legs, nice wide body, that holds that weight. On the Master Touch, I have the Santa Maria attachment from the Burn Shop that I just got a couple months ago. That lives on there.
Oh, Doobie knows.
Yeah.
I just got mine in the mail today.
Oh, it's great. I love that thing.
Nice.
I love that thing. And then on the regular Weber, the copper kettle, which was my first kettle after other kettles, I just have the normal gourmet grill grate with that sort of center removable thing, so you can drop the vortex in there. Yeah, and then the S&S has the slow and sear in it. So they're kind of. I just do that so I don't have a lot of stuff that I have to pile somewhere else.
What do you think of the S&S? Because I'm considering one.
I love it. And I'll tell you why. It's got things Weber should have done, 15, 20 years ago. I have 3 Webers. I love the Webers. Yeah. But even the Performer, which I bought to like where the Mallory stuff could live, I took that and I added S&S mods to it. I added the smoke hole and I added the lower thermometer and the port probe. Yeah. And honestly, with the smoke hole, which I have to give a shout out to Justin, Babyback Maniac, he's the one that named that. I think a lot of people would use that for a fan attachment. If you're running sort of I can't remember the name of the ones, the fan ports that go in there. Yeah. But really, if you get that going right, whether you're using the slow and sear or like the Mallory Firewall, which allows you to dial in the zones and the size of it, you can shut the bottom vent completely and just use that smoke hole. And once you dial that temperature in, it'll stay. So it loves 275. For some reason, it just loves 275. And so I've added those mods from the S&S Girls Kettle to my one Weber, that Performer. And because The 4 legs I love. I understand the reason for 3 legs. That works a little better on an uneven surface. You can adjust a little more, but most of the time I'm on a flat surface, and so those 4 legs. I also, here's the funny thing, that I thought the side shelf was just going to be kind of like I'm never going to use it. I use it
constantly.
The little flip up side shelf on that. It's big enough to set like a foil pan with a pork butt in it if you're, foiling it up or something.
Oh,
yeah. It's totally.
You know what's funny is like
absolutely
SNS Smokers is willing. I'll let everybody know a little secret. SNS is willing to work with the Dude Network at a slightly discounted rate off retail. That's where we're at right now. So
yeah. But I love it. I think it's a well thought out thing that took what Weber wasn't doing and did it.
See, I don't own a charcoal.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
I mean, I just bought my first offset on me and my wife's anniversary. Actually, it was the nicest gift I've ever gotten that woman. But as a matter of fact, I'm using that gift right now.
Well, I mean, I love charcoal.
So I'm still accumulating assets. So I want to get a pellet. I want to get a charcoal. I don't in no particular order.
But you're from that Hank Hill section of the country.
Propane. Damn right. Hey. Smoke rings on propanes. I can do it. Let's go.
I mean, that's the thing about smoke rings, which a lot of people, they get focused on something like that. All it is combustion gases interacting with, the protein.
Exactly.
So you can do it with charcoal.
It's a scientific effect.
Anything burning, you're going to get stuff with more, robust combustion. So, wood, charcoal, things like that, than you will gas. But you can get it with just anything that's combusting.
Right.
It looks good.
You're the Bob Ross, man. You have to have the most beautiful smoke rings of all barbecue, man. You can't be labeled Bob Ross of BBQ with tiny ass smoke rings.
I have a little thin paintbrush that I go around with the edge and some red food coloring.
We're gonna paint a pretty ring.
Yeah, pretty ring. That'll get it. But,
I like it. I love it. I love everything about it.
That would be a funny thing to do in a video dressed up as Bob Ross, is to paint on a smoke ring.
You totally.
My God.
That would be funny.
Say is,
that would be,
You heard it here first on the Dude Network. That's all.
Yep.
Doobie, well, I know you got some questions here, man. Don't mind me. I'm just getting beers and slinging stuff all around.
Oh, what's that cooler you got over there, man?
Oh, we got a new one. The halftime chiller. Dude, this thing.
Oh, man.
We got video coming soon. But yeah, Chad Vaughn, happy little smoke rings. I like
it. There you go. It should be on a shirt.
Yeah, it should be. Hey, we got merch line coming here soon on Cooking with Rod. Happy little rings. Hey, all I'm going to say is if you put on the fro and then you put on your apron and stuff like that and put on the apron pretty little smoke rings, you're selling out.
Yeah.
You're going to get another SNS after.
There you go.
Oh, man.
So what's your favorite? Oh, go ahead, Doobie. Sorry.
I got a couple questions that I got to ask before they get passed up on, because we forget to ask them sometimes, and they're supposed to be regular.
I know where this is going, I think.
Oh, man. Okay. Are you a fat cap up guy or a fat cap down guy?
I'm a fat cap down guy.
Oh, man. We got
this show's over.
Team Myron over here.
All right. Hey, tune in next Monday, on the upcoming Monday for what?
But I have a reason for it. I have a reason.
We always like to hear the.
All right, what's your reason?
Because everybody's got a different take.
Because everybody loves, that good bark. The good bark on the meat. And there have been times where I have done brisket fat cap up, and you go and you move it off the cooking grate, and that bark gets marred as you take it off the cooking grate. And so I figure if I'm going to mar any bark, if it's going to get screwed up, I want it on the fat side. I want the meat side on the top to have the good bark, staying on there. And it's just one of those things. And I've done it both ways. And I've never noticed any difference of moisture, texture, anything. People who've eaten the brisket have never said, "Oh, is this up fat cap up or fat cap down?" And that's kind of where I approach things. I'm not a competition cook or anything like that. I look at, do people enjoy what I'm eating? Or enjoy what I'm cooking for them? Do they enjoy that? And I've made bad stuff before. I've made some dry brisket, but that was because I cooked it wrong, not because there was something inherently wrong with the brisket. But I know what I did wrong in those situations. And in probably 40 years of cooking, I've never really had anyone say, other than the times I knew it was wrong, that didn't taste good. So those things that we get hung up on, like fat kept up, fat kept down, wrapping at this point, using foil, doing paper, whatever. I've done it every way, and I don't think I've ever had anyone say, "Oh, this isn't good." If it tastes good, it tastes good. How you get there is up to you. And that's what I always tell people. If you get there the way that you enjoy doing it, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever been told their brisket wasn't good? Because I think that's like a disrespectful violation of man code. Really?
I have, because I knew it wasn't good. And I'll tell you the reason why. This is many, many, many years ago, and I made the cardinal sin, which I even talk about it now. You have the 3 T's: time plus temperature equals tenderness. When you're doing big cuts of meat, so you have time and temperature. You let those go, and you're gonna have tenderness. And I said, I'm gonna have a brisket ready at 4:00. That just was wrong. And I had to have it ready at 4:00, and it wasn't ready at 4:00, and it was tough, and it was a little dry, but I had to have it ready at 4:00. And so I learned my lesson. It's better to do it the night before and put it in an oven for 8 hours at 160 degrees and just let it sit there, and keep it overnight, rather than think you're going to get up early in the morning and get that brisket ready and get it done, let it rest for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I've learned with brisket, you're better off just cooking it the day before and just letting it rest for like 12 hours.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you forget, if your oven can go to like 160, 170, you throw it in there completely wrapped up in foil for that long, just keep it warm. That's going to be a great hold.
Yeah.
And even if you've got a great just insulated cook or cooler, something that's going to hold it, I've started doing in my videos where I'll just normally, wrap it in foil pan, cover it in foil, and set it aside. I won't do anything. And after a couple hours, what I've done now in the videos is I'll start just throwing a temp probe in it to show people, look, after 2 hours sitting, no heat, nothing, it's still at 170 degrees.
Yeah.
So imagine if you've got a super insulated cooler, or, one of those Cambros or something wrapped up in everything, it's going to hold that way easily 6-7 hours. If you apply a little heat to it in an oven, 160, 170, you're going to be good for 8, 10, 12 hours easily. So you can do it the night before.
Right. Yeah. Kale, yeah. Nothing? Doobie, second question. Doobie, come on, man. I know you got
pineapple on pizza. Are you a fan of pineapple on pizza?
I'll eat it, but I don't choose it.
Yes. Okay.
If someone has pizza and we're having pizza, and it's like, here, it's got ham, it's got pineapple on it. Yeah, I wouldn't order. I'm a pretty much, and that's one of the. I have a pizza oven now, which is super fun to cook on. The wood-fired pizza oven, and it's always fun just to do like a straight up pepperoni, but then also to get experimental with it and do like a Greek one with feta cheese and Kamado olives and stuff like that. It's super fun. If you ever get a chance to have a wood-fired pizza oven, you can do. I've done steak in it. I've done hamburgers in it, fish, baked bread, baked pies, baked cookies. It's just super fun to cook with.
It's on my ever-growing list. Like, it just keeps getting on. The more I hang out with all of you guys, like, the more my list grows. The wife's got anniversary gifts coming for years and years and years. That's all I want to say.
I keep having people asking me, why don't you have a Kamado? It's like, honestly, I don't have a need for one right now. And I don't really have the room also. You start using backyard real estate, it gets really cramped. I already use like more than half of the backyard. And
that's a damn good backyard, right? That's a damn good backyard.
But it's also like, wood storage and all the other things and stuff. Yeah. But will I get a Kamado someday? Maybe, I might, but I've never cooked on one. I know a lot of people that have them and love them. But yeah, it's kind of like I had a pit barrel cooker, and then when I got the Hunsaker, I gave the pit barrel away because they're essentially the same thing. But the Hunsaker has more capacity and some more, features and things that I wanted. But the pit barrel cooker was a great cooker as I used it. It was super easy, turned out fantastic ribs and chicken. It was kind of like one of the ones I love to have, which is like set it and forget it, where you can just dial it in, get it going, and walk away. And it's going to keep that. I think I did a test on the PBC once, and I did like 7 or 8 hours on a charcoal load on it, doing ribs and everything like that. So yeah, those cookers, like the Hunsaker, I can go on a full load of charcoal, 275 for 10 hours. And that's really good. If you're doing ribs, chuck roast, brisket, brisket, you're pushing that there, but you can transfer it into an oven at the end if you want, which is fine. But yeah.
Doobie knows why I'm clapping.
Yo, man.
My briskets are totally. I ran out of wood, and I have a few pieces left. I mean, I'm up to like 290. It's getting finished in the oven. I mean, I'm not going to lose any flavor at that stage. So.
No.
Yeah, no. I mean, I do that a lot now. I didn't used to, and it's not because I think one's better than the other. It's just I honestly like sitting out by the grill, and so when I can, I'll finish on the grill because I just like sitting there. But as like my channel has grown, time becomes more valuable, and so if it's in the oven, while that's finishing in the oven, I can start editing. Versus sitting by the grill, which I enjoy still, and I will still do that. I like being outside by the grills. I love that smell of smoke. I mean, I love it's not okay. I take that back. It's not just the smoke. There's a certain point in a cook, whether it's ribs or beef, when the smoke and the meat mix.
Yeah,
that smell coming off there.
Oh man!
And you're just sitting there going, I don't want to leave. I just want to sit here, And I'll sometimes come in, wearing the same shirt and everything, and like I'll be sitting around at night and I'll just go.
Yeah.
And it's just hickory and chuck roast.
Yeah, they're like beef and hickory is a special smell for sure.
Yeah. Like today,
second to none in my book.
I did a hickory cook today actually on these briskets, and there was some. And then, like, today was the first day where I took, like, actual chunks of tallow fat and threw it onto the fire. And the smell of that was... I mean, I'd wear it as cologne every damn day.
That's why the pit barrel, was so fun and great to cook with. And why it is because you get that smell. There's no other way. It's dripping right on there. All that flavor's hitting it and coming out. And you're getting that. And it's sort of like a little bit of a drug. You're doing it. Like, oh man, I want to cook these again like tomorrow.
Yeah, then it's like chumming the waters. Like if you're at an event and everything like that, that's what makes barbecue events special. It's like you're walking around and you're smelling that, but with like a little bit of difference every 20 feet. It's like, oh, that one smelled good. Oh, now it's changing up a little bit. Oh, this guy's using a different wood with the different.
Doobie, when you get a big crowd tomorrow, take like 3 slices of that brisket fat and just throw it on your smoker and just light it all high and dry with that out. I'm telling you, man, people come running.
Yep.
Oh man, when I put my briskets in the hot box, if I don't have them in an aluminum pan and they're just in the paper, the fat from the paper drips down onto the heat plate in my hot box, and it just sizzles. So like you just smell like a very subtle hint of beef tallow burning all the time.
Jump in the water.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Rye, what's the next big thing for you, man? Like you're almost to 200,000. Obviously, you're not going to stop there. You're not just going to be like, career.
Yeah, he's got the silver play button. Can we acknowledge that? Like that's something.
Oh yeah, right. I was going to ask if he had one. I didn't even see it. Doobie, killer eyesight. Let's go. Let's see that bad boy.
I think that was March. When was that? March of 2021 or 22? I can't remember. I think it was March of 2020. I got that. Yeah, I think it was February that I was on
many awards, so little.
So many. I was on a friend's live stream. I was on a friend's live stream actually. He has an off-grid cabin. His channel's Raspberry Rock Off-Grid Cabin, and I was on his live stream, and we were joking around, and he said, "You're close. You're like 5 away." I was like, yeah, and so it was like we were watching it, and it's like it got almost there, and it lost one. He goes, "I just unsubbed," and then when it hit like 99,999, he resubbed.
I want to be friends with that guy.
So he would know it was him doing the 100K subs. But yeah,
that's funny.
No, I mean, what's next? I mean, just keep going. I mean, it's I never set a goal like to hit a certain number of subs or anything. It's nice. I like that to see it grow. But it's funny because I'd mentioned like, your first tier things, your second tier recipes. And that's actually what I do. I'll say that first, is the focus of my channel is recipes, because my view on that is there's some channels that do a lot of experiential things, like Guga. He'll do things like, you're going to do this, but most people aren't going to go do what he does. They want to see him do that. They're not going to cook a whole cow, on an offset smoker or something, but they want to see it. They want to live through it.
Lobster.
Yeah.
Like he does some crazy things with dry aging, and he has a budget that nobody else has. So like,
but people
see him
love
play
that.
around.
Yeah. People want to
live vicariously through that.
And mine, I want to be things that, like, in 5 years, someone may go searching on YouTube for chuck roast tacos, and my video might come up. So I focus on those. So what I was saying is, like, I have the first tier ones, which we all know, the briskets, the ribs, the things that all of us guys want to look at, all of us barbecuers. And then the second tier ones, which are the side dishes, things you might do out on the barbecue, the beans. And then I have what I call my third tier ones, which I know are never going to get views out of the gate. It's the things like I'll bake bread, I'll make a pie, things like that. But I love doing it. And so as my channel grows, I want to be able to, like, do more of those things in concert with the others. Like I did, I think I can't remember which pie it was. I think it was an apple pie out on the pellet grill. And it was great. But it was like, the pellet grill is an oven. It's an oven. So anything you bake, you can do out there. You can do on that, that oven.
Yeah.
And so I want to be able to do more of those things, not only the inside stuff, but bring some of the inside stuff outside. Like on the pizza oven, you make pizza and you sit down, you're eating your pizza. Well, guess what you can do? As that temperature slowly comes down, you can throw a baguette in there to bake, because you hit around 350 on that, and it's going to last for 20 minutes, which is what you need for a baguette. So it's like, oh, now we got some fresh baguette we can eat, So I want to do things like that. I want to expand sort of the repertoire of what, I've done, because I'm always going to be doing, the briskets, the ribs and things, and the burgers and things like that. I just really enjoy doing the other stuff too.
And see,
hey, Ryan, do you have plans to do pop-ups or a food truck?
No, I don't, and I've been asked that a lot. I've been asked about comp and things like that. First, I'm not a comp cook because I don't have that skill set. I'm not driven to get that perfection. I mean, if you've watched my videos, I'll say things like, yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about it.
Well, I will say, it's one thing I learned about the KCBS trail is I'm going to go and throw it out there. I think it's overrated, because all you're doing is mimicking a flavor profile, and who's the best at making a super sweet flavor profile? I do not think the best barbecue wins. I think the best at imitating a flavor wins.
It's a different skill set. It's kind of like any sort of competition, whether it's pie baking, whether it's race car driving, there's whatever your competition has rules and things you're aiming for, you get people that are going to be really good at it because they know the rules and they know their stuff, and it's a different skill set than I have. I don't have that desire to do that. Same thing with like a pop-up or food trucks and things like that. I'm a backyard barbecue guy, and I don't want to expend a ton of energy on something that I'm not going to enjoy. And, I enjoy what I'm doing, but if I was trying to do it for a business in terms of feeding people, I would worry too much about that. Am I giving them the best food possible? I know when I'm cooking for me, I can just relax, and for my family, because it's going to be good, and I don't have to think about those external things.
That's exactly where I'm at with it right now.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What's nice about social media is you don't have to do the pop-ups to be a barbecue pitmaster anymore.
Right.
That's what social media did. Like, it used to be like we've had guys like Bill Wheeler, Leanne Whippen, Myron Mixon, and and they were in an era. They're in the Hall of Fame because they became pitmasters because they won competitions.
Sure.
But I feel with social media, it's now giving regular guys that have a hectic work schedule and hectic family life to demonstrate, like, hey, I may not have any KCBS championship belts or anything like that, but I can show you how I do things in my backyard, and they look pretty damn good. Well, perform pretty damn well.
Yeah, my buddy Joe, Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue.
Yeah,
shout out.
He's opening, food truck. You know,
Yeah.
that's his thing. He's gonna, you know, he works for O'Reilly right now. He's like a sales manager or something like that. And he just decided, you know, he's built his YouTube channel up. He does great stuff, great food. You
He
know,
just
I
got that
always,
huge smoker.
yeah, he just bought that
Yeah.
Bison smoker, which is going
Yeah.
to be part of the food
That
truck thing.
smoker's
So,
beautiful, man.
and he's expanded his thing. He's
Yeah,
developed
yeah.
sausages and stuff. And this is like
Yeah.
someone who did this on YouTube and built a
Yep.
following and got to do this because he honed his craft, you know, making these things,
Yeah.
you know, and really learned it. And, you know, he is one of those guys who's going to be successful doing that because I think he has that passion for feeding other people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas I'm that selfish guy who wants to feed myself. But no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what he's
I get
really
it. No,
good
I
at.
totally
Yeah.
get that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to be a total success, you know, and with that food truck and
Yeah,
the great stuff he's putting out.
Yeah, Joe's channel is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good guy. And that's what another thing, you know, about this, we talked about the community and stuff. And I've never thought I'd have the chance to talk to people, you know, but we talk, you know, I've talked to Joe, I've talked to Baby Back Mania, I've talked to Mike, you know, at Everyday Barbecue. I mean, just so many people you get to talk to and in, you know, where you never would have. And you get to hear what they're doing, ask them questions. You know, Justin and I go back and forth about cameras and stuff like that. And, you know, what are you using? What should I use? You know, it's great. There's a wealth of knowledge beyond just barbecue.
You know? Yes.
Oh, yeah. Editing, all that stuff comes into play.
Yeah.
Rye, would you be willing to share like some affordable cameras for those that watching the show that are looking to get into it and they have a limited budget, but they need nice equipment? What would you recommend?
There's some of it is, I mean, I'm a pretty Canon specific guy, but there are some good cameras there that I really like. Some are if they're not discontinued, are going to be discontinued just because they're moving fully to mirrorless. If you're looking for a really good DSLR that does fantastic 1080p, but can also do a 4K with a crop, so it's different, but it can do it. That's the SL3. I have 5 of them, and I'm going to be moving out of those because I'm switching to different mirrorless cameras. But that's a great one, and I don't even know what those are, and I think they're sub $500 for those. And if you're looking for mirrorless, the ones that I've really come to love are the Canon M6 Mark II, which will do super 1080 to super 4K. They're more expensive, certainly 2 or 3 times more, but they're kind of in that realm of what Canon is moving to with some new cameras that Canon just announced, the R10 and things like that. But yeah, I'm a learn by doing guy. You know, my job,
I love this guy.
My job was in the entertainment industry, and people always thought, you know, oh, well, you know filmmaking and all this stuff because of what you did. It's like, no.
Yeah,
I was on 2 or 3 film sets my entire career. You know, I was a writer, so it wasn't, you know, where you go hang out on film sets all the time. And
you
so
should like come at him like hard and aggressive and throw him up. Like, why? Just because I'm from Southern California?
But I love to do. When I got Adobe Premiere, I didn't know how to edit. I just decided if I need to learn this. And I watched a lot of YouTube videos. You know, I watched a lot of Peter McKinnon tutorials on editing a Premiere. I watched a lot of stuff and learned over time. You know, I remember still that aha moment when I saw Peter McKinnon go, oh, here's the multicam use of Adobe Premiere. And it's like, wait, what? Because I shoot with like 6 or 7 cameras at some time, and you have to kind of like cut it and cut it and cut it and cut it. But it's kind of like multicam means it's almost like you see in a director's thing in TV where it's like, take camera 1, take camera 2, take camera 3. And for me, that was like a huge time saver.
Wait. I'm not aware of this program. Yeah, hang on.
Adobe Premiere?
I mean, I feel like we all, like John Z, Doobie, and myself, all need to be elaborated a little bit further on this because
it's just
I know this will make my life easier.
Well, all it is.
I know about Adobe Premiere.
Adobe Premiere is a video editing program. It's probably the most popular one, along with Final Cut for Mac users. But there's a thing in it. So let's say you shoot with more than one camera at the same time, okay? And like I do, minimum number of cameras I'm using at one time is 5. And then because I have outside cameras and inside cameras. So I'll have 5 or 6 running inside when I'm shooting in the kitchen and 5, sometimes 6 outside at the grills. Well, when you take all that footage into the program, you have multiple files. Well, what happens is if you want to make the editing easier, rather than having to cut each one and go, I'll use this here, this here, this here, this here, which can take a long time, Adobe takes all those things and syncs the audio of them together, and then it puts it into one little thing. And on your screen, it's kind of like us right now. There'll be, say, 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 camera views. And as you play it, you can just hit the number key and go camera 1, camera 2, camera 2. Whatever you want to see in your main thing.
And it would zoom in on us.
It just takes that camera as your main thing.
Man. I need more. I need that.
So when you say you're shooting with multiple cameras, are they all that M2 camera that you're talking about?
No, they're a mix of cameras, because I'm slowly transitioning away from what the SL3s and things that I have. I have 4 different types of cameras right now that are my main cameras: the SL3, the T8i, the M6 Mark II, and the EOS RP. So I have 4 different camera types from Canon that I use, which I'm slowly going to be transitioning to only M6 Mark IIs and Canon R10s as soon as the R10s are released. But that means I have to do that over time, because I don't want to go and drop $30,000 at one time, to buy all new cameras.
Yeah. You need to start selling your channel, man.
So they are all like the same type of camera.
They're similar.
You're not using like a GoPro here and then a GoPro there.
I do use a GoPro on occasion when I need a certain view. Like, let's say I'm in my kitchen and I want a top-down view of my stove. I have a GoPro with a magnet mount that I can stick on my range hood above it and 4K it, and then I can crop in real close because I'm letting it out in 1080. So that I will use a GoPro on occasion, just for some other scenes.
Right there.
Right, your brain is so big right now. I can't.
But I've had to learn. That just comes from learning. I mean, I've done over 600 videos.
Yeah.
So I've made more mistakes than and that's why I always tell people. They say, "Well, how do I do it?" It's like you just start uploading.
Yeah. Mess up. That's the best way. Honestly.
Well, see, hearing you say 5, 6 cameras makes a lot of sense to me, because I'm always the pain in the butt of making content is like, if you only have one camera, you're moving it around. Like, I got to get this angle here.
Yeah,
I like this angle there. I like this angle here. And
angles are options. Angles are options.
With slicing a brisket like this.
Yeah. And that's the one thing about having outside. I'll have I have a face camera inside and outside, so that's just on me, and that's the main audio that the wireless audio goes into. And then the other cameras are various angles on the food and things like that. And that's because I always say angles are options, because sometimes, guess what, something goes out of focus, or you reach across in front of something, and you block the view. If you have multiple cameras going, you can fix that. You can take that other view you have right then for a few seconds if you need to. And I mean, the reality is, and you guys know this making videos, is you may shoot 20 or 30 minutes of video footage. You're going to edit that down to probably 7-8 minutes. You don't end up having all of that.
Dude, I'm so jealous of you, man.
I get like 2 minutes of video.
Man, you take 20 minutes and edit down to 30 seconds.
Well, I mean, look at I run the cameras I run, and it's funny because I always joke with Justin, Baby Back Mania. I said, I know it's absurd that I have 13 cameras, but it allows me to do those things that otherwise I would be super frustrated with. I take every video. If I do a 10-minute video, the amount of data that I import before I even start editing that I have to look at is about 150 gigabytes of data. So that's just one video. Now that finished video is going to be maybe 1.5 gigabytes once you render it and you upload it. But it's 100 times bigger because I'm using all the cameras. And then I have you choose all the little, things from it. And then, there's 10 minutes of me. I always joke because I live 50 feet from a pretty busy road. And so there's probably 80% of the time outside, it's me just standing there going traffic, 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 saying something so the cameras will stay synced, the audio. And then when the traffic goes by, I can talk again. I have to process all that audio through a pretty high-end audio processing software just to get, you'll hear my voice and it sounds pretty good. If I turn that processing off, you're going to hear trucks going by. But that's the way I have to do that to get the good audio outside. I mean, it's an investment. I mean, I didn't,
dude.
Once I knew my channel was a
you
business.
You want 200,000 YouTube subscriber folks? Take notes.
Or you just get a quiet place where you can do it without traffic. You know, I would much rather
That's
be
not
like
SoCal.
No, it's not. You know, I'd much rather be in a place in Montana, you know, a mile from anybody, where I could not have to wear a microphone. I could just have the mic on the camera.
Hey, come to Ohio, man. We're open for business. We got all kinds of places for you.
But yeah, so I have to do a lot of things to get the finished product, and part of that is because I'm pretty picky. You know, I'm very, very picky with the product I put out.
But quality, like I've learned. Sorry, I don't know who was talking. I think I just cut him off. But like social media, man, like in general, it's the more you put into it, the more you normally get out of it. Because, like Doobie and I have talked, like we thought our old videos were really, really good, and then like a year or two later, we look at the progress of our talent of editing and cutting out videos, and you're like, how did that even get like 500 views a year ago? Because it was poo-poo.
Yeah, my biggest videos are the oldest ones because they're the earliest in sort of the catalog, and so they had the first chance to really build. And that's kind of like those, I call them foundation videos. They always get views. People are always coming back to the deviled eggs or the beef jerky, certain brisket videos, things like that. Those are just always going to get views as long as I keep putting out more videos. But here's the thing. After I got that shout out from Russ, one of the things I decided, because I kind of felt like I could make this a business, and I was pretty much retired at that point. And I was like, but it's, you know, I think I can do something with this. I committed for a full year. I put out 4 videos a week, plus a live stream every Saturday for a full year. When I look back on that now, you talked about looking back on your early videos and going, how did I do that? I look back at that year and go, how did I do that? How I would film a video, come in, edit it, upload it. And the quality is not what my videos were now. It was better than the ones a year before, but I was also, by doing that much, I was learning a lot.
Yeah.
Every day. I mean, every day I did a video, I learned a lot. And so that was a big thing for me. It was time consuming, but it was necessary to grow my channel, I felt. And I think it was really important.
And you know what, man, like, and then you got like 6,000 followers on Instagram. So you know the difference in algorithms. Like on YouTube, like once you put something out there, like it continues to get views over time.
Yeah.
Like on Instagram, TikTok, all that, it's like you got like a 24 to 48 hour window. If it don't pop, like move on to the next subject because it's over.
And that's
like,
my thing.
What's nice about yours, like your deviled egg, you keep saying like every holiday, like I know I want to get a few more subs, I want to get a few more 1,000 views because like my stuff's out there.
I look at, you know, I knew that. Well, let's be honest. You know, YouTube pays you. You know, Instagram and other things really don't unless there's some reason. But I decided a while back that, you know, I've been approached to do some monetization stuff on Facebook and videos and things like that. I decided for now, at least, I'm keeping, you know, Instagram and Facebook as community where I can interact with people. And because that's harder to do on YouTube, you can, you know, comments and things, but really to sort of like, I'll post pictures and stuff on my Facebook page. And that's where I interact with people who ask questions about stuff or say, oh, it's cool. How'd you do that? I'm like, oh, I did this. Same thing on Instagram. I always say, if you want to get a little behind the scenes thing, go and look at my Instagram or my Facebook page.
Yep.
And I like the community aspect there, because I'm not willing to give that up yet to build those into something else. Maybe that may come, but right now YouTube is the thing that pays you. So
I think that's respectable, man, because that's one of the best things about all of this is the community. We continually talk about that around here.
And it's kind of like, you know, we've talked about, you know, Joe, and there's other people like Postal Barbecue, Jabin.
Yeah.
You know, I I say this all the time. I will buy rubs and sauces from people who are, smaller craft things. In fact, they offer to send me things and I say, no, I'll buy it. And it's because they're a small business. I'm a small business. Jabin has sent me stuff, and every time he sends me stuff, I turn around and buy it. And it's the same thing with like ThermoWorks. ThermoWorks has been a huge supporter of my channel from like early on. And they always, will send me a new product, a new thermopan or something like that. And I say, don't do that. I'll buy it. They'll still send it to me. So I give that away to like a family member, and I'll buy, something. I'll buy the thermopan, or I'll buy.
I like
this,
it. You don't owe anybody anything when you do that.
But it's not even really an owe thing, because I do have things that, like the Lone Star Grills, they gave that to me. Chris Goodlander, huge supporter, and it's a great smoker, and I'm ever appreciative. And
those look badass, by the way, Rye.
It's a great smoker, and but I love especially the smaller places where I've tried to buy things from Chris. You're going to see something in an upcoming video that I've ordered. I literally ordered it, and I get an email. It's like, we've canceled your order and we're shipping it to you. And it's like, it's like, Chris, I want to buy it from you. It's an insert for the LSG to make it a direct grill charcoal thing. You'll see it in an upcoming video. But it's that sort of thing. It's like, you're a business. Let me help support you too. And so I love that with the rubs, and even at like the woodshed, when I go in to buy things, it's like, and I'm not dissing anybody here. It's like, I'll see like Malcolm's doing okay. Killer Hogs is doing okay. I'm going to go with this one. I like to like try some of the smaller ones and see how they do.
And I like that, right? Because everybody works with Killer Hogs. Everybody works with Cosmos, and they're great. Obviously they're massive because. But
Jabin's rubs, the Mad Cow rub is awesome. That is a fantastic beef rub. I mean, the original rub and the chicken rub, they're both great, but that Mad Cow rub is awesome. And so I don't mind also being a supporter and a customer. But the opposite of that is sometimes, people will want to send you things, and I always say, I'll try it, and I had someone send me like some wood chips, some specialized wood chips from somewhere. And I tried it. It's like, I didn't get anything special from it. I really couldn't tell anything. And I told him that. I said, look, I don't do negative videos. So I'm not going to use it in a video. I said, I just honestly don't think it's something my audience will respond to. And it's the same thing when people want to give you super expensive stuff. Like there was this place that wanted to give me like an $8,000 pellet grill. And I was like, well, first of all, I wouldn't buy it. Why would I spend $8,000 on a pellet grill? And I know my audience is not going to do it. You're going to be wasting money to give that to me. I might use it once or twice, but no one's going to buy it. Yeah. So I'd rather be realistic with my audience and know that, if I'm going to take something to use in a video, then it might be something that they will buy. And I know people have bought the LSG. I know they have, because they've contacted me, And there was a guy, I can't remember what it was, in Europe, who emailed me and said, I really need to know, is this worth it? I said, well, here's what I did. These are the things on it. I love this. Here's why I love it. Here's all these things. And he bought one. I mean, it's amazing when you can do that, but it's got to be honest too.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, that's yeah. I mean, I'm with you on that, because there's been times I've gotten stuff and I promoted it, and then it was just a complete S show, for lack of better terminology.
Well, if you look
and
at
I'm just like, man, it was a hard lesson. Like everything else, you got to fail. It's like sometimes you really need to test the product before you promote it, because just because it's free doesn't mean it's good.
Well, it's like and if you watch the very first video I did on the pizza oven, UK Barbecue sent that to me. They called and they reached out to me in the years before and asked, and I didn't really other things, but it's pizza oven. It's like, okay, I've been thinking about that. Yeah, okay, you can send it to me, and I'll try it, and I'll be honest about it, and like that. And if you watch that video, I was not 100% happy with certain things. Now the pizza oven is fantastic. It cooks great. And I always say fun is what's really the thing that draws me to cooking and certain cookers, and that is fun to cook with. It was certain things with how you were to assemble it and the instructions with it that were just some of the worst I'd ever seen. And I told them that in an email. I said, look, I've got to be honest, and I'm going to say this in the video. So if you're going to take the one road where you're getting something, you know, especially if it's a pricier item, you have to be honest about it. And it's a great cooker. I love cooking.
Yeah, and I have a hard. Yeah. That's the hardest thing for me is just being like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
It's
if they sent it to me, if it had been a total disaster, I wouldn't have used it because I wouldn't use it in a video. Right. I wouldn't use a disaster, you know.
You'd have been like, "Hey, man, you want your oven back?"
It could. I would have said that. I said, "Here, you know." But it cooks beautifully. It's just getting it to the stage of being set up and built that was the nightmare. I always say, so you could tell when something was designed by engineers. You know?
Oh yes.
Then it's like, oh, we need this screw here, so that screw's going there. It's like, well, great. How do I get the screwdriver there? You know, and that was basically I had my son out there, and we were both upside down under this thing, holding 2 screwdrivers to try and turn 2 screws to get the legs attached to it. When I'm sitting here thinking, if they had just drilled a hole in one side of the leg, I could have put the screwdriver straight through and tightened that. It's like, but anyway, that's the process of those things. It's like, well, if it works and it's a great cooker, I'll deal with it.
Well, and here's the other thing though too. Like creators sometimes get a bad rap for taking products, and then not liking and not posting them enough. Yeah. And also a company needs to do research a little bit more before pairing with certain creators.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, we have a following. Our product is our following, right? Our brand is our following. That's our product. So, like, if we start promoting crap products, like, we lose our following because they're just going to think we're just taking the first dollar that comes our way.
Right.
So, whereas, you know, what you're saying, like, you know, you got to be brutally honest with people sometimes. And it's tough because when you're starting out, you don't want to turn away from opportunities.
No.
But you got to look at the long-term gain of that. But what I guess what my point is that, you know, they think just because you give it free, you're pressured into doing a good review.
Right.
And sometimes I think companies mess up with that and take advantage of creators. By, you know, just like, oh, if I give them for something free that's not getting good reviews, they're going to give me a good review. And I don't think that's the way.
And that's why I always say that I try and support that company too. If it's good, it's like in my videos, people always ask me, oh, what's that cooking grate you have on the Weber? You know, that's the Mallory M1 cast iron grate. Mallory sent that to me over 2 years ago, and I love that. You'll see it in almost every Weber kettle video I do. It's a fantastic grate. But when I heard that they had that firewall, I bought it. I didn't even tell them, and I just started using that. And they contacted me after and said, "We didn't know you wanted one. We would have sent it to us." Like, well, I'm not going to just keep asking you for stuff. I thought that was a cool looking thing. I was going to buy it and support you because you guys have been very helpful to me, but you also make great products.
Right.
And so that's, I think, the thing is, like, if you're going to use something, use it. You know, and people, I get every video, one or two people will say, what is that cooking grate? What is that? Check the video description. Check the video description.
If I can afford it, I'll buy it first. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
If I can afford it, I'll buy it first.
And that firewall, I will just say that Mallory firewall is a really cool accessory.
All right.
It's a heat sink in there. And so when, you know how if you're using a, you know, Weber kettle, stock Weber kettle, and you take the lid off and, you know, you're doing your stuff and you put the lid back on, it takes a little bit for that heat to come back up. That solid, I mean, this stuff is like a 1/4 inch thick solid steel, both pieces of this. It's a heat sink. Once that heats up, that heat is coming right back up as soon as you put the lid on because it's radiating that heat. It's fantastic. Same with the cast iron grate. You have those two together, you're having very little heat drop off, which makes it very nice when you're filming because you have to have the lid off sometimes. You know, that's
there we go.
Of making a video. Yeah.
Hey, Wishing Well Barbecue is hoping that you give him an honest review on his rubs if he sends them your way. So,
well, does he sell them?
I think. I'll send you a link. Yeah. I definitely know he does.
Send me a link to his rubs. I'll buy them and let him know.
All right. Hey, Wishing Well, we got you hooked up there, man.
That's why I say if it's
they better be good because we're always paying for them. He's going to bury your ass if they suck.
If it's a small maker, you know, I like doing that. You know,
Yeah.
it's rather than just because I mean, people want to send you tons of stuff, and number one, I don't have the time or the room for all that stuff, so I'd rather kind of look and see who has stuff that I'd like to try. And if I see something that looks interesting, I'll buy it. It's not, I mean, we're not talking, hundreds and hundreds of dollars here. And I like good rubs. And if it's a good rub, I'll keep buying it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think Jabin will tell you that. I order something probably every 3 months.
I follow Jabin too. I've been meaning to get some of that Mad Cow.
Mad Cow. I just used it on something recently. What was it? It was
I just watched that video recently.
It was was it the boneless beef ribs? I think it might have been the boneless.
The
beef back ribs. Beef back ribs.
Yeah.
So good. His rub is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Wishing Well has performed really well in competitions with his rub.
Cool.
So if I had to guess, it's not going to be a waste of investment.
Send me the link, Instagram me, DM me the link and stuff, and I'll go get some.
And actually, he's a really good dude because last year when the tornadoes came through Kentucky, he was down there doing barbecue fundraising, raising money for all the victims.
I mean, that's kind of like the community. Look what Joe and a bunch of guys did down in Texas. Uvalde, they went down there and were cooking, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of meat for people and raising money. I mean,
I just gave some ribs to some power line workers yesterday, restoring power. I felt pretty good about that.
But that's the neat thing. I mean, you get to do those things. I'm a big believer in feeling good. And if you can do something that's making someone feel good, whether it's because your food is good and it just pleases them, or you're, like I said, pass a rack of ribs over the fence to your neighbor, and stuff like that. It's I don't know. That's just me. I enjoy making people feel good.
Yeah, I love it. One more question from John Z and Ryan. We're going to start the after party. You're obviously welcome to attend.
I have to cut out. I'm sorry.
You want to be respectful of your time on a Friday. You don't have to stick around, but we will be having Nombre come on. He's down in South Texas. He'll be joining us here. But John Z, go ahead. And I know you got some more questions here. We want to let you get a chance to ask Ryan here before giving a chance to.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to cook? Protein and then meal, if I could have a two-parter.
Oh, well, let me do meal first. Lasagna.
Ooh.
I'm a lasagna, just like love her.
Like fancy lasagna or just plain lasagna?
No, just like a pan of lasagna. Like the stuff your mom would make. Just good, decent lasagna.
Yeah. Have you smoked one yet?
I have, and I've been doing a video on it. Yeah.
Okay.
And a favorite protein to cook, I always used to say tri-tip because that was kind of what I started with in smoking was tri-tip.
I get it, yeah.
And they're so good to cook. It's so good.
Yeah.
But I would have to kind of say now it's actually like chuck roast because chuck roast, gives you that brisket experience.
It's fun. Yeah.
But it's not cooperative.
Yes.
It's kind of like a brisket flat. It's kind of like really knife's edge between good and dry. So when you feel like you've done a good job on it and it tastes good and it's juicy and everything like that, I like that feeling. So it's fun to cook that and really sort of aim for that. So it's fun. I like cooking chuck roast now because it also you can use it in so much stuff.
Exactly. It's
tacos, taquitos, just everything. You can. We make our chili with chuck roast after I've smoked it.
You've done videos making beef jerky with chuck roast, four-man burnt ends. You can do anything.
Hey, I've done jerky once and it was with a chuck roast and it wasn't bad.
No, that's a great thing about jerky. Jerky is the great equalizer.
Yeah.
It's already supposed to be a little bit tough when you eat it. So as long as you get your cut right, you can make good jerky.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess, hey, Rye, since you didn't get to hear my intro for you earlier, you can hear my intro for Nombre. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
All right. Coming out of southeastern Texas, not far from the Gulf of Mexico line, home of where Texas is just better than everybody. If you just ask him, he'll tell you, including he's coming in fresh off a shit show last week where he shit all over everybody except for Texas, where it was obviously and clearly the most obvious best state of all time in the history of all mankind. Just ask anybody from Texas how awesome it is. But if you want to ask someone directly, ask Nombre. Shut up.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up? Hey,
appreciate
man.
it.
What a reputation you created on this show, by the way. What a reputation.
Right, before you hop off,
Yeah,
I got to know, when it comes to pizza, pineapple or no pineapple?
well, like you asked before, if the pineapple is on there and people already have the pizza, I'll eat it, but I wouldn't choose it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't choose
That's
it.
my man.
Hey,
I'd rather just have the ham on there.
you're lucky because he was about to bury Orange County. He was about to. All of it.
Well, thank you guys. I got to run, but I really enjoyed this. It was a good time.
Ryan,
Hey,
Ryan, it
Well,
was a
thanks for
pleasure
coming
for
by.
me,
It was-
man.
Thanks.
Hey,
You guys have a good
Rye,
night.
Awesome
real
having
quick here.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Rye, we greatly appreciate you coming on here tonight, man. You have been an absolute stud. You're a stallion, man. You're a guru in the YouTube, man. I love that you're just chill. You go with about the flow, man. Thank you so much for coming on here tonight. Dudes and dudettes, children of all ages. If you're still watching, you should be in bed. Cooking with Rye, the Bob Ross of BBQ. Pretty little smoke rings. Let's go.
Thank you. You guys have a good night.
Hey, you
Thank
too,
you.
Rye. You're the man. Thank you. Thank
Happy
you.
Father's Day, man.
Happy Father's Day.
Yes. All right. And all right. Oh, that ain't gonna work. All right, and we're back.
All right, I gotta run. I gotta beat the rain tonight, so I gotta.
Rain.
It's
No
raining
rain.
in New
Yeah,
Mexico.
it's raining in New Mexico. It's been pouring since an hour before the show started. So
Oh man,
It's
doesn't look like
raining,
it's gonna
man.
let up. Oh man, I'm loving it,
Hallelujah.
but I gotta go set up and get the fire started in the rain. So it's gonna be a fun one.
It's like you're in Ohio tonight, man. You get the Ohio struggle tonight.
Hey man, I can't.
That was nasty, dude.
It's not
Actually,
a
all
weekend
winter I
at
was
Doobie,
dealing with
but
like
there's not
blizzards, man. It was
struggle,
like the
man.
worst winter blizzards ever.
But,
Oh, yeah,
all
y'all
right,
getting
man.
pounded.
Yep.
All right, Doobie, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, you too, man. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Good luck tomorrow. Sell it all.
Yes, sir.
Every damn last ounce.
Yeah, thank you,
Yep.
Chad.
You get the bread and get all the juices and serve the bread, too.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, fellas.
I'd
We'll
take
see,
it.
man.
Hey.
Later.
And then
What's
there were
going
three.
on, fellas?
What's up,
No,
Nombre?
shut up. Dude, I'm sitting here just watching my briskets. Just hanging out.
Yeah, isn't that relaxing? All he needs is a cigar now, and you already got the whiskey.
I mean, I ain't gonna sit there and brag on ThermoPro, but this little Bluetooth gadget is nice.
Yeah, they're Thermopro's badass.
Man, it was just me and the
Oh,
kids tonight, man. As Alyssa did her farmer's market thing, I sat there with that ThermoPro and just like, see the temp going down. Better go throw a log on it. Like,
You had like a beeper, right? A beeper back in our young days.
Yeah.
I don't know what you
I'll
guys
be
had in
right
South
back.
Texas, but where I was from, we weren't ready for beepers, man. We just went straight to the
No?
cell phone era.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, it was like, where's the payphone? Does anybody got a quarter? Or 10, 12 cents or 18 cents?
When the old saying, here's a quarter, call someone who cares, actually meant something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes you wonder where Superman would change his costume these days, you know?
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Doobie's now with ThermoWorks. That's right. Doobie is now with ThermoWorks.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a cool kid, huh?
Yeah, you know, he tries to go bougie every once in a blue moon, you know.
It's because like they offer it in green. They offer it lime green. That's why.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
So, Nombre, you were watching Cooking with Ryan, man. What'd you think of the guy, man? I hate to compare myself to somebody, but if I had a cooking style, if I had to say, I'd be like Cooking with Ryan.
Easy, bud.
Dude.
Easy.
You're talking about quality backyard.
Yeah.
This is who I am. This is what I'm going to give you. Legit. Love it.
Super legit.
So when I started, I would say I'm just having fun in my backyard, and he's 200 plus or almost about.
Yeah, he built an empire, and he's still having fun in his backyard. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, he's got so many girls, he's running out of room, but he's still growing followers.
Yeah, I saw that plaque in the background. I was like, sweet.
Well, you see someone on the videos like him, and he looks really cool and chill, and you're like, when you go to meet people like that, you're really nervous because you're like, man, like that guy seems so cool. I hope he's cool. Because his whole channel is about him being cool. He was cool, so like he passed the smell test as we
Yeah. Monday's gonna be like that. It's gonna be good. Monday's gonna be like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for Marco.
Yeah, Marco Monday. We got Woodfire Whiskey on Monday, man. And I'm going to be live in a hotel room. But good news is, Nombre, I got the whole scheduling part figured out, so I will be available Monday night. I was like, hey, man, like, I'm like, hey, Sir Marco guy, you know, that's much bigger than us, that's doing us a solid by hopping on. Could you what about Friday? I got my dates mixed up. That's the wife's anniversary. Monday it is. All right, we'll see you Monday. I'll figure it out. So,
yeah.
Doobie, what are you doing? Is Doobie coming back on here?
He said he was out.
He's out. No, he's out already.
He was out like
he's out left field
on the third marriage or something. Yeah. He said he was out.
Doobie, live look in on Doobie. Doobie, I'm going to do it. Give me a thumbs up.
Just do it.
I hope he's wearing shorts.
Live from Doobie's. How'd that go for you?
Man, that tobacco's doing weird stuff to him.
Oh, man.
All right, Doobie. We love you, buddy. Have a good day tomorrow, man.
Oh, man.
Sometimes you take it like a pro, sometimes you take it like a Joe.
Yeah.
Nombre, what are you doing this weekend, man? All seriousness, like, what are you doing this week? Like, what are we smoking? You got like events? You able to cook now? You gonna get your Alfregoni open fire up? What are we doing?
I'll probably make myself a steak. I want a steak for Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, ribeye?
Yeah. You know that's my go-to, man.
Yeah, SCA style.
No trimming, man. No trimming. But no even grill grades. I'm just gonna throw it on the top of the coals, probably to get it off on the caveman. Ooh. But yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. But I got a busy weekend. I know next weekend, in the sense I need to get some things done. Next weekend I'm cooking a whole hog, so be prepared for my storyline to be busy.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Nombre. Happy early birthday.
Yeah, next weekend.
Make sure she's listening to this part. Make sure she's listening.
Oh, yeah. That's her plan. Give me a second, having technical difficulties on my side. Okay. No, that's the plan. So I need to go I'm low on wood, so I need to go hit up the old man and his wood pile and bring some on over. I need to clean up the backyard. So I don't have 13 rigs. But out of my 7 rigs, I need to reorganize them and kind of move them to the side. Man. And I'm just gonna leave the Fuego Ram out, and then I'm gonna go meet my buddy that has the pig cross. He's coming on the weekend, but I'm gonna pick it up just in case he gets busy with work and he can't make it. I'll have the pig rack. I don't like saying cross or anything, but that's the plan. So stock up on wood, organize the backyard, prep the backyard, and I already ordered the pig. As a matter of fact, this morning, between my chaos I caught you up with, I was like, okay, well.
Yeah. So, hey, shout out. We're good to go on that one. That's
cool. Yeah, he's sleeping, resting like a champ. Yeah, I had some hiccups with my little boy, John C.O., just catching up. Well, I word vomited Tony when he called me. He said, hey, how's it going? Well, what do I get him here? This. He's like, he was quiet for like first
my day. Keep going.
He met me at the good end stretch, man. He was, in the middle of the.
I was ready to write a prescription at the end of that conversation. I was like, we're gonna give him a lot of Tylenol. Like, he'll be good to go.
Yeah. So. No, we had that. That was not a fun adventure, but it was an adventure. So.
That's how it goes. John,
and I think. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead, Nombre. Finish.
I think my son, my 5-year-old, and I are going to do a round of golf tomorrow. We'll try. See how lazy I am in the morning.
That's right. New clubs. Yeah, get out there, get a feel for it, man. Johnsy, hey, Rye, you brought him to the show. Thank you for doing that because that was awesome. But I know you had a lot of question marks about the guy because you've been watching him for a while. How do you feel about Rye after talking with him for a little bit?
I don't. No, I don't want to sound like fanboys, but it's like he's cooler now, I guess.
Oh, he's definitely cooler.
You know what I mean? Like he was cool before. I love his videos. It's just and I hate to keep using the Bob Ross, but it's just that calming, that just chill. Like, let's just sit down and cook something. And,
yeah. If anybody was born in the 80s or 90s, they know exactly what you're talking about. It's a great comparison.
Yeah, exactly.
After that, we might lose them. You might lose them after that comparison.
Right. And it's kind of like what you said. You hope they're that cool in real life, you know. And genuine article, man, just super, super chill. And he just kept going. He just kept dropping this knowledge, or had this idea, and it just is who it is. And it just makes it, to me, it's like that whole community when you get to meet the people behind the, like, oh man, you look up to their cooks or their page or whatever, and then you get to at least talk to them like this, and it's like, man, they're just a regular guy. It's just a regular person.
Yeah, and
really cool,
he screamed "Average Joe" in the backyard on the next level though. Like, I loved it because I feel like that's what the Dude Network's all about, man. Like, we're not we're all a bunch of backyard dudes that will sprinkle in the occasional competition, but we know we make good food. We let people share our food, and like that's just what we do, man. So I think he fit right into that mold for sure.
And if you think about like most of the like the stuff that's going on, because we're all big on Instagram. If you look at most of the stuff that's hitting on Instagram, yes, there's a bunch of guys who do comps, but they're not straight up comp guys necessarily. Most of them are just guys like us. Like, I know Nombre, you do comps and you kill it and all that, but where'd you cook in your backyard at your house all the time? That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's what everybody does. And so, it's just cool. It's just,
Well, I mean, I've started to move some barbecue around the community, but I have enjoyed watching people eat. I walked into an auto dealership the other day where they're all eating my ribs, and it was total silence.
Yeah.
All you could just see people's faces just gnawing at rib bones, and I'm like, man, you can't pay me for that. Like, like that is like that's to me, that's the epitome of like backyard barbecue, man. Just watching people bite their food and look at their friend and be like,
open their eyes. Yeah, they're like, what?
Oh, yeah, like crazy. Like, everyone's got the O face. Like, holy shit, that was an experience, So that's what I'm excited for you, Nombre, because like it's the wife's birthday, which means it's gonna be the wife's family, your family, man. So you're gonna have a lot of people snacking on that hog that you're getting there, man. So that's
cool.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list. I'm gonna keep it Argentinian style. I'm gonna have provoleta, the grilled provolone.
Oh man, hey, didn't you have one of those videos of the provolenta grill like pop for like a lot of views
on my Twitter? Which, guys, follow me on Twitter, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah,
we're getting there. If you post more daily content, we get you more followers. But
yes, I know.
You don't have any laying around to slap on her or anything.
I gotta go filter through the old stuff. So but the old stuff cameras are not that very good. My first one. So.
Did you catch the part we were talking about that? Like, have you watched like videos of yours from a year ago?
Oh
yeah.
And there's like, ooh.
and then. So I started off with like, hey, well, this is what I'm gonna do. Tutorial. This is what I do. This is what I do. Right. And I kind of evolved to like, here's the beginning, here's the middle, here's the end product, right?
Yeah.
And trying to keep, because right now with the TikTok and Instagram, it's like 30 seconds. You have window. Good luck, rock and roll. Not unless you just bomb.com.
Yeah, and some people don't even hang for the whole 30. So.
Yeah. But changing and understanding. I kept on saying, all right. One time I said like 13 times in one video. And it was like, back then when I was trying to keep it in a minute, saying, all right. Okay. All right.
I do all right all the time too. That's funny. Like, all right. Like, all right, now it's time for the Worcester. All right, now it's time for the sugar. All right, now it's time for the salt. All right, now it's time for the pepper.
Well, so I have like a bunch of bloopers. My wife, I'll be like, all right. Oh, I said it again, babe. Start over. 3, 2, 1. We're just going to do this, or let's do that. Hey, now we got to whatever. Oh, we have a bunch of those. So.
Yeah, man, that's good stuff. Johnsy, man, like how... Like, I know that you've been following us for a while, but I hate to admit it, but, like, we didn't follow you, like, from your original. Like, how long have you been posting videos, like, overall? When was your first video post? Or post in general?
Like, the end of September.
Of this past year?
Of this past year, yeah.
Okay.
So, what is that, like 7 months? Something like that?
All right. Were you
8
on?
months,
Were you a part of the game for a while before you decided to post?
No, I just had my regular Instagram that like I post cooking, hunting, fishing, daily life, whatever I was doing. And my buddy kicked off a fishing page. Shout out to Slew Junkies. And and I'm the one who got him into bass fishing. So I was like, man, I'm gonna try it. And I love fishing, but I'm just not. That dude's like a junkie for fishing. I'm just not that guy. And I work, I couldn't get out to all these cool spots all the time, whatever. And I just a close buddy I used to work with. Shout out to Brother Max Barbecue.
Shout out.
He started posting, and I was like, man, dude, this guy, it's cool. It's cool, and I'm already doing this. Like. And I would take pictures. Like I would take pictures when I thought like, oh man, that looks really good or whatever. And I never put it anywhere. It was like now they're on like, I don't know, the computer or Google Photos or something, whatever, back in the day. And every once in a while I'll remember to post like a throwback. But I just all of a sudden, I don't know, I was sitting in the backyard and I just decided like, hey, I'm going to start a page, and it's been wild for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like nothing. And I didn't get into this for any of that. I just like, I used to joke all the time. Like I just joined an online dad's club that we just share our barbecues in the backyard. And then it like very quickly, a couple months after that, became a little bit different. And then like, it was like, well, like we're getting to know some of these other guys. And then, here we are. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. My suggestion to everybody, like, start out doing it for fun. If you're not having fun when you originally do it, just sharing, like, don't even get into it. Like,
don't get into it for anything else, but other than like, I'm just posting my pictures.
Yeah, everybody that's done something has started a page on a whim for fun, and it turned into something. Like, that's my, like you can have the goals and ambitions of being massive, because I think everybody has that. Like, oh man, like I want to get paid to do it. But if you go into it with, I want to get paid to do it, you're in for a
rough one.
Unless you were like one of that a million that has the first few videos you post are absolutely viral and people are attracted to your personality.
Yeah,
like that's a 1 in a million thing. Like if you don't go into this with a 3 to 5 year plan, like of just having fun, and then at the end of the 3 to 5 years, like also not to be the Grim Reaper, at the end of 3 to 5 years, if you don't have that corporate interest, like you got a personal page with a lot of memories, and that's totally cool. But you need to go into it like, I want to share my memories, and those memories are saved forever, so I can get those memories back.
Yeah.
Like if I had to tell someone like how, like, well, social media, like, what do you think? Like, if you're not going to have fun doing it, and if you're not willing to spend 3 to 5 years of your life to hopefully build a maybe brand that will pay you, don't do it.
like when I first started, I was like, I got like an inrush of like, I got up to like a couple hundred, and I was like, whoa, that happened really fast. And then so I would like ask you like, hey, how do you guys continue that? How do you guys? And then, not that like I cared. I was just like, how the fuck does this even happen? And then I just didn't care anymore. Like all I worried about was like making what I became like a challenge to make it look as good to you as it tasted and looked to me right here, I guess. I just wanted to share it because like I'm looking at it like, man, this is awesome. And and then like you get that, there's that validation of like when you post it and so many people like it or whatever, you're like, yes, it is good. I know it's good, but it is good. I don't know. You know, it's like that whole psychology behind it, but that's my thing is I've just had so much fun, and it's been such a blast. Like I don't try and push anything. I don't try and like, oh, okay, I'm going to change this because that one thing did this, or, you know, I just keep being me because it's worked so far, you know, and I'm having fun. And that's the thing is as soon as Brandon stops having fun with something, you'll never see me again. Yeah.
Well, we know you're always going to have fun on Fridays. That's
always. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Besides this, that's never going away.
Right. Nombre, I don't think I've ever asked you this yet. Favorite video you've ever done?
My favorite, just the mollejas, the sweetbreads, the thymus gland from the cow. I like that one. That was my first one that popped off, and at that time when it was for like 15K, and I was excited for 15K. Like, wow, you know.
Right.
But I did enjoy it. That's one of my favorite comfort foods here at home. You know, if I'm not making a ribeye, I'm making that.
When I come down to visit, and it may not be tomorrow or the next month, but at some point I will come down. Like, I need those. I need that. That's
dude. You come down. We're gonna throw the whole kit and caboodle, man. We'll get the menu at HEB. You go see an HEB with us. You'll be like, oh, kind of deal when you walk into HEB.
John's going to fall off the face of the earth in the next earthquake, so we don't have to worry about inviting him. So
no, I'm on the safe side. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you guys this. I'm either going to be close to beachfront or like 20 minutes you know.
Oh, that's right. You're 20 minutes inland from the new beach. Got it.
Yeah, get out of here, bud.
Got it. My bad.
He threw the jab, not me.
Hey, whoa. I mean, I don't think we needed that attitude. I mean, that didn't hurt that response.
Take it easy. Take
it away. So, hey, is that one of the cucumbers? Hey, fuego lento. Love a fuego lento. Johnsy, we need to eat some fuego lento. We need to eat some.
Yeah. I almost wore the brisket hat, but I had to.
Oh, he did. Hey, he did get the red, white, blue brisket hat though. No, bro.
Yeah,
that thing is tight. That is my favorite hat.
I had the gray. I had the gray one, and it's a Texas license plate.
Patch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It says brisket.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the Texas license plate. That's why it looks.
I really like that one though, because I like that old license plate kind of stuff. I really did like that.
That's not old. That's our current style.
Yeah. Hey. Texas is so perfect.
In California, the coolest one they just brought back. It's the black with the yellow. It's an old school one, but it's the current one.
I remember seeing that one. Yeah.
So,
for a while,
my favorite one, but it's available.
My favorite one, and I got to have it on my truck when I was 16, 17. We had like a blue border. We had a cowboy and a horse. We had the astronaut for Houston. That's where NASA's at.
I remember that
Western silhouette. Yeah, that was my favorite one.
Because I was like, man, like John Glenn's from Ohio, man. Like that's bullshit. I was like a kid. I was like, man, that's messed up.
I probably misplaced it because when it was time to get new plates, I got another style. I think they put the state of Texas bigger in the middle, and I kept the plate, but I probably misplaced it. I was still living with my folks at that time.
That was awesome. Jonesy, your favorite cook you've done on social media? Or favorite post? Sorry, favorite post. Favorite post.
It'd be a tie between 3.
Oh, come on. That's not the question.
No, I know.
Stapler.
I would not. The
Next thing, state senator.
probably one of the favorite was the rosemary. Oh, you still get yours from the store?
That was
People love that one. So, but
good.
hey, no, you know what? No, the one you inspired, the orange one where I just drink it, that went.
Dude, that was money.
You guys on social media, that was gold.
I'm still pissed that didn't go viral, by the way.
I like
Dude
the red
just goes
stapler
out in his
one.
backyard off an orange tree.
Yeah,
He's like, how do you like your orange juice? He just squeezes the orange right in his mouth, like off his backyard. There it is. He's gonna burn that damn orange tree to the ground. That's all I know.
No. It keeps giving me branches every year. Like a branch will, yeah.
Was it sweet? Is it a sweet orange?
Yeah, it's like a mandarin orange. It's crazy. The one thing about it is it's got seeds and they're huge for how big the orange is.
It's a milk producer. Yeah.
The peel is like already like an 1/8 inch off of it when you pull it off the tree. Like you can like almost shake the fruit loose in it, and it's the sweetest oranges in the world.
That sounds like it's an easy one to harvest though, with that loose of a peel. Yeah, you don't have to worry about. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have that before I got married. Wait a minute. What are we talking about?
Just in time for her birthday. Good call.
Right. Hey.
But I think my favorite one is going to have. It still has yet to be topped. The beer can catch where I bit into the beer. And
that's one of the greatest videos I've ever seen online.
That one put me on the map. That one,
and
I was just living a under the radar existence till that one happened.
Yeah,
dude, you need to repost it and put John Deere Green fucking song in the background.
The Joe Diffie song. Yes, yeah,
the Joe.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Joe,
that's
Joe,
money. Nombre, you're a genius.
Yeah.
Oh man.
See, now listen. I'm not much older, but I'm the oldest one here, and so I remember when all this stuff kind of started taking off, videos online and all this stuff. I'm telling you that beer can on the mower catch is one of the most epic videos I've ever seen. Legendary, love it.
Yeah.
Oh man,
there was a lot of elements. That was a good pitch. And that was a good catch.
Perfect.
To this day, I'll swear on anything you want me to swear on. One take.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
That's why it was so good, because we have to recreate it. I drove by her and I said, "Get me a beer ready, and get ready to throw it to me." And I'm like, "Just record yourself that you." I pulled up the miller's run. I was like, "Go grab a beer and tell everybody. Record yourself saying I want a beer." And because I kind of knew I wanted to play it off like nonchalant. And I had no intention of biting that fucking can. But when I caught it right here, I was like, fuck it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Where he threw was right in front of my face. And I was like, I want to chug this, but I got to steer the mower. What do I do? And I was like,
yeah, you're like Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Beast put together.
You know? Oh man, like I got man hands. Like I don't know if you ever see these. I got big old paws, so that beer fit like here's a normal beer can in my hands. Like it's pretty small.
Yeah,
like,
it's like
Andre the Giant.
Yeah, Andre the Giant can drink 60 beers in like an hour, so I can't get him.
Well, yeah.
No, but his hand. I mean, he would hold a beer like with 2 fingers.
Could you imagine getting smacked on the chest with the Andre the Giant hands?
Next.
Yeah.
But hey, and one of the greatest part, and I don't know, I'm gonna bring it up, is the comment or what you said on it was like some days the college or sometimes the college days just come back or something like that.
That was probably something I said.
Dude, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Those are the days the wife's real proud of. She really loves it.
Because it's just like Tony getting rowdy, having a good old time. But hey, in the middle of taking care of responsibilities.
Hey, that yard, those lines were straight as shit at the end of that day.
It was like a ballpark. Looking like a ballpark.
Yeah,
if you build it, they will come.
No. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna say
Hey, I got a story on Larry, by the way. Continue. I got a story today.
So I got a favorite video from Nombre and you. So my favorite Nombre video is it was guacamole, I think you're making.
Called the
You're like, hey, it needs more salt. Oh wait.
That was a good one.
Bug us out. If you'd like to sponsor the Dude Network, you can reach out to Tony.
Yeah,
himself.
please.
Hey, their warranty claim program is money. I bought the wife a brand new one last week. It broke the first day. They responded like, "We're not even going to do a warranty inspection, like we're sending you a new one. We're not going to go through it. Here you go."
Yeah,
folks.
Yeah, my wife loves it too. We shoot the shit out of the flies.
Yeah. So what's Johnsy? What were you saying though?
Man, I lost my train of thought because I just
It was
thought of another
Nombres.
video.
He said you had Tony's and Nombres fairy video. Nombres is the
it's the Larry series. Oh my gosh, dude.
You know what fucking Larry did today? We'll talk about what Larry did today.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
dude.
Okay.
Dude
Sorry,
sat in
Larry.
his garage, fell asleep for an hour and a half. I was outside smoking, doing my thing. He wakes up and he's like, "I'm gonna mow the yard." And he got out his mower and mowed the fucking yard. Like, slept in his garage in his fold-out chair by his mower for an hour and a half. Woke up, he's like, "Still 2 o'clock. I think I got time to mow." Like, and then he gets on his mower and mows. Like, I mean, while he sleeps in his garage, staring at my house, and he's not a young dude. So I think he's dead every time. I think he dies 3 times a day. I'm just like, he ain't moving. Like, because they're not like one of them sleeps like. I mean, he's like I'll look over.
Yeah.
Like, he looks pretty
moving.
over relaxed right there in that scene.
His chestnut rising. Chestnut rising.
I thought we lost Larry today about 12:30, and he came back with that John Deere about 1:45, ready to rock and roll.
Man,
cheers, Larry.
Fucking Larry.
Larry mowed his yard today. But guess what, Larry? I'm mowing it Sunday. Mine's gonna be shorter than you, so which means he's gonna mow his again on Monday. That's how that'll work.
I'm trying to finish up my Topo Chicos. Shout out to Topo Chico. 2 weeks
ago. Topo Chico. Hey, you know what? They got all kinds of love. Not even a like, a comment, or a scene on the comment message I sent to them.
Wow.
So we got one or two ways to go about this. We either
hostile take
over Topo Chico or we say fuck him.
Hostile takeover? Did I hear that?
Topo Chico every day until they acknowledge our existence. Or
have a little faith in me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's not. Hey, easy on the chopping block, bud. This isn't Top Chef. You know what I mean?
You know what? Fuck it. You do what you want to do.
They will acknowledge my existence by the end of the week.
We got guns.
Topo Chico, you have 7 days to respond to the message.
Hey.
Or I'm drinking high noon. Suck it, Larry.
No.
Oh, I'll do it. I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Let's just get our own drink sponsors then.
Yeah, let's just create our own ranch water. You guys both looked up at the same time. That was impressive.
Well, I mean, I brewed my own.
My thought bubble, the pinche hamster was
and
like this.
I know there's a few other Dude Network guys that know a little bit about brewing, distilling, making drinks, beverages.
Speaking of distilling,
I will be right back as well.
Yeah, okay, all right. Hey, so everybody is like wondering what just happened, why everybody just left. Grubbs last Friday or 2 Fridays ago said he's going to hand out the dudes some stuff here to hang out with. So, because he's part of the Dude Network, and there's one jar of water, one jar of water, and we're waiting on
strong water.
Yeah, and we're waiting on Johnsy to get back here with his Vosser cleanser of choice.
I don't know.
Well, I'm sitting here like, I really need to pee. Like, it's bad.
Oh, me too. I think it's because. How old is Johnsy? Does he know that I'm not 45 like you thought I was 45?
No, he's 38. He's closer to the age that I actually thought you were.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hey, you got to keep that beard trimmed up, man. I figured out what it was. When you had the bushy beard, you look 50. So when you got nice and tight trim, like if you take off the hat, you got that tight hairline across top, like then you look 35.
So shout out to Beard Octane for the products. I appreciate y'all. I bought one product
is that why you look so good?
Yeah, Beard Octane is hooking him up. He looks 35 again.
So shout out to Beard Octane because we got the Dude Network with a bunch of dudes with facial hair, and the women can also put it into their roots to keep their hair nice.
And for the dudettes, it's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, the other day, my wife, we were on vacation and she forgot some moisturizer. I was like, hey, little drill, drop right there and go where you want to go. Yeah.
You're welcome, Mrs. Nombre. Happy early birthday. Hey, that means you don't got to get her anything for her birthday. Hang on, I ain't got no moonshine with me tonight, but I'll do a shot of whiskey. I'll do some sugar maple.
You meant water, right? Water.
I need a little bit of water real quick.
Yeah.
Your water looks frosty.
Well, mine's a legally licensed.
I like to keep mine chilled.
From Cleveland whiskey.
Well, this is a different type. Cheers, gentlemen. Oh, that was super clean and smooth.
Come on, bro.
Grubbs knows his shit, man.
That was clean, bro.
Yeah,
holy moly.
He's a seasoned vet. I like how he does his. I don't want to share on his secrets, but we'll get him on to share his secrets because I'm a known distiller myself, as you both know, and how he does his on the flavors is completely different than how I do mine. Because I use a thumper keg for my flavors, and he does. What's up,
there's
Mary?
There's a few different ways to do.
Yeah, where my flavor profile's in a thumper keg, where he puts his in the actual mash keg when he runs his. But I run copper. Yeah. I think he runs stainless, so it's a completely different. Like, there's honestly a show with me and Grubbs just talking about moonshine. Yeah, honestly, if we wanted to do with that, but well, guys, I have 2 briskets that have officially died that I need to get back to life. So I last thoughts of the night before we're at the 2-hour mark. Nombre, I know the after party started a little later than we hoped for, so I appreciate you hanging out. But thanks for joining us, and you're going to be with us on Monday with Marco with Woodfire Whiskey. We're really excited to have you on board with me and Doobie on that one for Monday night at 9:00 Eastern. Woodfire Whiskey. He's infatuated with the Dude Witch, and he's infatuated with Nombre. Shut up. So we're gonna we got some really cool stuff to go over with him on that one. Yeah. But final thoughts for you guys on this show here tonight before we get out of here. John Z, you go first.
Great show. Great guest. Ryan was dynamite. Plus the knowledge, just being able to hang out, and I like it. Just rolled smooth. It was a good show tonight.
Yep. Anytime we get 2 hours without us even knowing, it's a good damn show.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I just looked up when you said it's about time. And I looked up and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock over here on the East Coast, man. It's past my due time here.
What?
Yeah.
So Nombre, man, but don't take that as a rush, Nombre. Final thoughts.
No, it's all good. But show recap I got from Ray. Backyard is having fun and still loving what you're doing. 2, he is the Bob Ross. Keeping simple is fun and good.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 takeaways I got.
Yeah, and those are both absolute money. Yeah, he was a blast. He was chill. He was cool. John Z, thank you so much again for bringing him to us. Nombre, thanks for hanging out here with us here in the after party. You guys are always awesome. You know, we're always happy to have the dudes in here. All the dudes and dudettes watching at home, thank you so much. If you're not watching this live, sorry we missed you, but make sure you check us out live whenever you can. Next week, we got a 2-week 2-episode special.
Subscribe the Dude Network and Nombre Shut Up.
Yes.
And John Z Barbecue.
And John Z _barbecue on Instagram. Don't forget about John Z. We got Woodfire Whiskey Monday, and I don't think we have anybody for Friday yet, so that could be interesting because you don't know what the hell I'm going to go after. I'm trying to book. So. Yep. All right, guys. You guys are the best. Thank you.
Quick, happy Father's Day, gentlemen.
Hey,
Father's Day. Cheers.
You too, man. Hey, everybody, cheers. Cheers. All right. We'll see you guys.